What's up guys? Welcome to this video. Today you are going to watch me bullet journal for February 2022. This month's theme is going to be love letters. So grab your pink markers because that is going to be the basic color theme for this month. Is just different shades of pink. So I hope you like pink. Also, I would say that this is a decently easy bullet journal theme to follow. If you're going to do anything similar and you want something that's going to be relatively simple and quick, this one is for you. I know that in the past I can get pretty artsy, I can get pretty illustrative and do some kind of tricky drawings in some of my past bullet journals, but this month I kept it pretty simple, and this first page is the only page with an illustration on it, and it is what I'm illustrating right now. It is the quill and ink, and this is by far the hardest thing I did for this month's theme. Also, in past themes, I've really taken my time and put a lot of effort into the font I use, and in the past I've looked up fonts, really sketched them out, placed them, and been very diligent about my fonts and the placement, and it does look really good. This month I did not do that. I was like, I am not gonna stress about the fonts. So this title, February, and basically any other time you see me doing any sort of lettering, it is just my handwriting, my cursive handwriting. So if you're gonna do something like this, like a love letter theme, I just embrace your handwriting, because then it feels more like you're writing a love letter, you know, and it's personal and it's unique to you. So that's what I decided to do this month. I decided to embrace my cursive handwriting, and I just strategically would thicken the lines in some places to make it look like nicer handwriting, to make it look more like calligraphy, but really it is just my cursive handwriting. Alright, now for a really fun addition I did to this bullet journal. This paper you see here, it used to be plain white printer paper, but I dyed it using a tea staining method. So basically I just made a batch of tea, about 2 cups or so, poured into a shallow pan. I seeped about 4 or 5 bags of black tea, and then you'd soak your paper in it for 20 or so minutes, and it comes out this beautiful parchment looking color. And that's what I decided to use for my love letter here on the side. And I just cut out a piece to fit this envelope that I illustrated really quickly, and you can see I folded the bottom edges. Instead of just cutting them to the right shape, if you fold it up under like I'm doing here and adhere it to the folded pieces, you get a really good 3D effect where it feels like the letter is really coming out of the envelope. You can also make a origami envelope to put on this page. It's really easy to fold a piece of paper into an envelope shape. I was going to do that, but I just simply didn't have any paper that was the right color for my theme. Alright, here I get pretty excited because I get out my quill and ink set that I got in an Owl Crate box that I bought on Black Friday. This was one of the items in the box, this beautiful quill and ink set in a stand, and so I wanted to use this for my little quote for my love letter here on the left. It is kind of tricky to use. You have to keep dipping, and the ink did bleed a little bit, and it's not the most polished my lettering has ever been, but I do think it added a really nice handwritten quality to this quote. And by the way, the quote is from Pride and Prejudice, and it is, "You must allow me to tell you how ardently I admire and love you." And that pretty much wraps up this first spread. I will add a bit to the background, you'll see that in the end. But right now, let's move on to the second spread, which is going to have my goal tracker and my TBR and hauled list. Here on the left side is where I'm going to have my goal tracker. So I am making 4 different calendars, and I am going to be making them in little stamp-shaped boxes, just to follow the theme of love letters. I'm going to be doing lots of stamp shapes throughout this video. They're pretty easy to do. They don't have to be perfect to look like a stamp, so that's really nice. I did mess up the dates on the very first calendar. I really just butchered it. It's not right at all, and I just ignore it, and I just keep going with it. So yeah, ignore that with me. And again, for the title font, it's just my handwriting with this little loopy underline that I actually really like, and I do give it a pink drop shadow. Also, it didn't strike me till after the fact, but my T looks a lot like a cursive L. Not sure how that happened. Like I said, I really just wung it with my lettering this month. So yeah, things like that'll happen. But it's okay because to me it looks like a T. Here on the right, I keep it super simple. I take some more of that tea-stained paper, I rip it up a bit, give it a nice divide for my TBR list and for my hauled list. I brought back the hauled list, even though I'm probably only going to get 2 books this month from the 2 subscription boxes I get, so I decided to have a little baby hauled list there. And here on the bottom, I'm adding a quote just to fill up the space, and it says, "You got this, boo." And I put little hearts around it. So I thought that was a cute quote to put on my goal tracker page. Like I said, pretty easy peasy, and now we're on to an even easier spread in my opinion. Sorry for a little bit of blurring here with my new camera. It's no big deal, but this page is super easy. This is my books read spread. Again, I've got this spread down to a T pretty much of how I like to organize it, but I really like this border kind of thing I've got going on, how I've connected the words books read through a line as if the pen was never picked up, and it goes all the way around, and it does a little heart swirling kind of motif on the bottom. I just thought that was really quite genius of me, if I dare say, and I think it looks really cute, and it's a very, very simple yet effective way to make a cohesive 2-page spread that, spans across both pages, but it's not hard, and it's easy to do, and it really follows the theme of a love letter. So yeah, go me. And here I'm just making the little sections, the 6 sections for the books I want to read. I do these kind of sections every single month. I love how they are. It's got room for the title, the author, the rating, and a little snippet of what I thought of the book. I stick to my 3 pink colors, and that pretty much wraps up that page. I will go back and change a little bit at the end, but we'll cover that when we get there. Now we're on to the 4th and final spread, and this one's really just for fun. There's not a lot of actual use that will be taken from these pages, but it was super fun to make. This left side especially is just for fun. This is a list of my fictional boyfriends. I had this idea and I thought it was really cute for the love letter theme and for Valentine's Day. So I just write my cursive at the top, my fictional boyfriends, and I'm putting 4, and I'm gonna put their picture in these little stamp frames. And here I have my Fomimo printer that I got off Amazon. It was about 50 bucks. You can print images and lists right off your phone. It's not the most high quality picture print that I've ever seen, but for something like a bullet journal, it's just really handy. It's not something you have to have. You can easily just use a normal printer and print these pictures out, but something like this Fomimo printer is fun to have. So I'm just going to paste the pictures of my fictional boyfriends into their little stamp frames, and I wrote their names in this continuous line that turns into like an arrow pointing at each one, which I thought was really cute. By the way, my fictional boyfriends are Kale Westfall from the Throne of Glass series. I know that's not popular opinion out of everybody in that series. It's kind of odd, I think, that he's my favorite, but I absolutely love Kale. Also Damon Salvatore from the Vampire Diaries. Obviously, Howl Pendragon from Howl's Moving Castle. That's also a given, longtime crush. And then we have Castile / Hawk from the From Blood and Ash series. And here I'm adding little hearts around the top to add some more interest to the page. You'll see that I did that in my very first spread too. Oh, we got a little visitor here. This is Vera. She's interrupting the program, but it's okay. She's really cute, and she kind of tries to help slash hinder me here a little bit, but I mean, she's too cute to say no, so I let her help me a little bit here. Here on the right side is going to be my February favorite book, or my February love, and I was going to do washi tape here. I decided against it. You saw me kind of place it down and peel it up, and I go for, yet again, another stamp frame where I will be printing off the image of my favorite book from February, and I'll probably use the Fomimo to do that again. So yeah, that is this spread. It all wrapped up, and I'm just adding a bit of a drop shadow to some letters, and that's pretty much it. Alright, it is final flip through time. Like I just said, I did add some little hearts to the background to add some more interest and depth. I do think that added the little bit of something that this page was missing. It felt a little blank before, but now it doesn't with these little floating hearts. And I really like these detail shots. I added the love in cursive from the quill going off the page. I thought that was really cute too. Alright, nothing much has changed here on this second spread. You can see I may have added a few more details, some drop shadows to the TBR and hauled titles. I really do like these inserts where I get kind of up close and personal in a different vantage point when looking through the bullet journal. But yeah, that really pretty much sums up that spread, and now we're on to the third one. And you can see I did add some strips of the tea stained paper to this page. I covered up the lines I'd made earlier. When I was looking back at this page, it was the only one that didn't have the tea stained paper, so I wanted to include it, and I think that was a good choice. And now we're on to the last page. One of my favorites for sure. I just think the fictional boyfriends part is really fun. In the close-up inserts, you will get to see their little pictures a little bit better here. And yeah, these are my boys. Yep, I love them. And I do really think this page was just a lot of fun. Let me know if you have any fictional boyfriends or girlfriends down below. And yeah, that pretty much sums up this video and this month's bullet journal. I really hope you guys liked it. Maybe you got some good ideas for your bullet journal. With that being said, thank you so much for watching. Subscribe if you feel so inclined, and I really hope to see you in the next one. Bye guys!